What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
In today's reaction video, I'm going to be checking something out that pretty much everybody and their f***ing grandmother has hit me up about already. And at the time I'm recording this reaction, this video has only been out for like 24 hours. And this is the most I've ever been bombarded by messages about, you have to check this video out. So I'm expecting something crazy. But I'm not surprised because we are checking out the brand new music video from Russian deathcore giants Slaughter to Prevail. And I've actually been listening to Slaughter to Prevail for a few years now. And when I first heard them, I was like, how are they ever going to release something that's going to top this? And then Demolisher came out. Now, I heard Demolisher about 100 times before I started this channel, so I never had a reaction to it on here. And we all know that video really made its rounds in the reaction scene. So now I'm wondering, what are these guys going to do that's going to top Demolisher? And is it going to? Because for that to happen, this is going to have to be ridiculous. It's going to have to be brutal. It's going to have to be insane. And the bar is pretty high, man, but I'm f***ing stoked to check this out. Now, based on the name of the song, I'm not terribly familiar, but I did have some of our Russian friends tell me it's based on a Slavic folktale about a supernatural being that looks like a crazy old woman who lives in a house that has chicken legs. And her name is Baba Yaga, or depending on what region you're in or who you hear it from, could be Baba Yaga. But we're going to stick with Baba Yaga unless a bunch of people correct me and then I'll just feel like an idiot later. But it seems like this story doesn't really stick to a specific script depending on what region you're in. There's some far Eastern European countries that tell this story that she's an antagonist, that she's crazy and eats children and does bad things. But then there's other stories where she's a protagonist and helps people and does good things. So I'll save this for a little bit more research in the video. Maybe I can find some cool stuff and we can talk about something interesting. But I don't want to waste any more time, man. I just want to check this video out. I have a feeling this is going to be insane. So let's get into it. I will link this original video in the description below. And today, I'm listening to Slaughter to Prevail. And for the very first time, watching the brand new music video for their new single, Baba Yaga. Let's go.
Flesh we ate, that was the core of your innocent hate. Blood we took, flesh we ate, love through the pain, nothing but fate.
You know it's ridiculous when you can't even figure out how to headbang. Dude, that was not the way I expected that song to come in. I expected when he finished that vocal phrasing, there was just going to be something straight on the downbeat, powerful as hell. But that was really, really fucking cool. Like, I was so taken aback by it, I couldn't even figure out how to headbang or do anything. Dude, this is a strong start. This is going to be ridiculous. Oh, the bear! So this is kind of funny because for those of you that have followed this channel since I've started, when I did Popular Monster by Falling in Reverse, I was like in the bridge where he like turns into the monster and starts murdering people. I was like, oh man, is this going to be like cool to put on YouTube? Not realizing that the video is on YouTube. Dude, This makes that look pretty tame. I saw the bear. So the bear, I've actually seen a bunch on Alex's Instagram, but I was scrolling fast and I like didn't know what was going on. I didn't know they were using a bear for the music video. This is pretty sick so far, man. In a weird way, it's a little different than the Slaughter that I've been used to. The verse where Alex started changing his vocal style a little, musically kind of reminded me of older Slipknot, like Iowa era Slipknot, and I really dig that. There's a lot of different vocal changes going on with Alex, and while we're talking, let's just get the obvious out of the way. Alex is a fucking animal. Absolute animal. And I feel as though the rest of the band gets overshadowed by him a lot because he is the face of the band. Let's be very, very clear. Everybody in this band is insanely good. The first video I ever did on this channel was a reaction to Evgeny playing through Demolisher, his drum playthrough video. Dude is insane. His technique is phenomenal. But everybody's enamored by Alex's vocals for good reason. They're unreal. And I see a lot of people always asking the questions like, how can I sing like that? And you see a lot of vocal coaches talking about it and stuff like that, but the truth is, and vocal coaches out there, if you happen to see this, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a vocal coach. But vocally, it's a lot similar to like bodybuilding, professional bodybuilding. There is a genetic predisposition that you have to be able to build yourself like people like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to. That's good genetics. Not everybody can do that. Same thing with vocals. You can learn all the vocal techniques in the world and learn how to mimic styles and stuff, but the way that you're built is a big part of that. And Alex is just built differently. There's a reason that a lot of people can't do the low gutturals that he does because he's just built inhumanly. Let's talk more about the musicians in the band other than Alex in a little bit because there's going to be some cool stuff to talk about.
You have a problem, boy. Papa, you got set the boy down. You fucked. Enjoy. I can't stand your process of what's up. Not a sec. Sometimes yeah, let's play hide and seek. I can't stand your process of what's up. Not a sec. To take part to, take part to. I feel all this shit.
Oh, listen to that guitar work. Good place to pause. This video is so fucking Russian, dude. We got tanks, we got fucking bears, we got fucking guns. This is killer, man. I really enjoy this video. I love the mixture between the different shots, but also being able to see the band play. And obviously with music videos, the band isn't really playing. They're playing to a track. It's basically acting like you would in a movie for these shots, but I enjoy seeing them because I like to see the gear that they put in the video, and it gives me something to talk about in these. So let's roll back to Evgeny, their drummer, really quick. He's playing a Tama kit. He's playing Zildjian cymbals. I would imagine at this point in the career of their band, he's probably got a deal with both of them. He's probably an exclusive artist of each. But I was blown away when I watched that drum playthrough of him. His technique is pretty up there towards the top with technique of drummers of this style I've seen. His double kick patterns are insane. He makes it look effortless. And even his skill up top on the top end of the kit is really good. He's the first drummer in a while that I've seen do those gravity blasts really well. The gravity blasts are like the blast beats that he's rolling the stick off the rim. It's just very, very impressive, man. And then for those of you that are always saying that like I have too much gear knowledge and you're always surprised at how much I know, guitar and bass wise in this one, not doing that great, not gonna lie. Guitar-wise, I see that it's a Schecter. I know that, but I'm not great with their models. It could be an Omen. It could be a C1 or a deluxe version of one of those. So since I don't know what model of guitar it is and I'll look it up, we'll just talk about Schecter. Schecter, like a lot of guitar companies, they started in the 70s as a company that was making replacement parts for popular guitar models, Fender, Gibson, stuff like that. A lot of companies have started out like that. ESP started out like that. Wayne Charvel started Charvel, same way. He was working on amps and doing replacement parts for guitars. A lot of the big name guitar companies that are out nowadays started just doing repairs on guitars, and that's how Schecter started. And then bass-wise, I'm positive it's a Legator because I saw the logo, but I don't know much about their basses at all. Legator is a fairly new company. They started in the early 2010s in Los Angeles. They have really good guitars, but I am not familiar with their basses. So that's another thing I'll look up for this video. Be cool. I'll learn some new stuff. Let's keep going. Dude, musically, I'm really hearing that Slipknot influence. Oh. Oh. Alright, hold on. We're going to lead back into this. We're going to lead back into it because I don't want to pause anymore for the rest of the video. I want to see this whole thing. The last piece of gear, man. The last piece of gear that I want to talk about are the amps that they're using in the background. Bass-wise, we've got double Ampeg rigs. The cabinets that he's using are the SVT Anniversary, like the reissues. They're 810 cabinets, which the number in speaker cabinets usually tells you how many speakers are in it and what size they are. So an 810 is 8 10-inch bass speakers in that cabinet. And then for the head, he's using the SVT Anniversary, and that's the reissue of the original 1970s Ampeg head, all tube head. I'm assuming it's the reissue. I can't see a band like this actually having vintage 70s amplifiers. I mean, for the style of music they play and how they tour and stuff when they tour, that shit would get destroyed. Guitar-wise, same rigs on either side. We've got Marshall 412s, 4 12-inch speakers. And then we've got PV 5150s. Those are not reissues. Those are not newer ones. Those are the original 5150 heads. So the 5150 was originally made by PV for Eddie Van Halen. And they made it for him for a while. And then when he left PV and ended his endorsement with them, Fender eventually started the EVH line. And they now have the rights to the name 5150. So all the newer 5150s that you see on the road nowadays, the EVHs, those are all post, I believe, like 2006. When you see the PV logo on a 5150, those are all early 90s to early 2000s. And the 5150, I mean, that's got to be one of the most legendary heads in rock and metal. It's so versatile, you see it in a lot of different genres. And nowadays, PV still makes the amp, but it's not called the 5150 anymore. It's called the 6505, and that number is to celebrate PV's 50-year anniversary, which was from 1965 to 2005. Or would that be 40-year? That'd be 40-year anniversary. I'm bad at math. All right. I think I've covered everything I want to cover. Let's fucking hear this. Holy oh. Holy Oh, what a sick change. Oh, I like those tom hits a ton. Dude. Dude. Alright, I assume that's the ending. I bet everybody's talking about that breakdown and that bridge like normal with Slaughter songs, but that outro? Man. 2 thumbs up. That was... I was not expecting that change, and musically, I thought it was f***ing killer. Let's go talk more about this. So for me personally, while I don't think that song had the same shock value and shock factor as Demolisher did when we heard it last summer, let's be honest, everybody freaked out when they heard that bridge of Demolisher. I was pleasantly surprised by this song, man. This was a really good song overall. The way I saw people talking about this online all day, I thought we were just going to get something ridiculously heavy and insane just for the sake of being heavy and insane. And instead, we got a really good song, man. I honestly think what we just saw is the growth of this band. We're seeing the evolution of these guys going from Demolisher last summer into something more, man. I really, really enjoyed this one. We saw a lot of different things from Alex as well, vocally, where he was transitioning cleans to highs to low gutturals instead of just relying on the screaming that we usually hear. And I've heard him do cleans and other stuff like that before. I've seen his videos on Instagram and his other YouTube stuff, but the way he mixed everything into this song, I really enjoyed it. And again, the band behind him is absolutely great for this style of music. Honestly, they're great in general. I don't want to just seclude that to this deathcore style, but dude, I'm almost kind of like speechless right now because I don't know what to say. I'm more impressed with the overall quality of that song than just, you know, being blown away shock value. And I mean, the video is intense, let's face it. We're eating people and blowing shit up with tanks and stuff, but like, dude, well done, guys. This is a good song. This is really good. And if this is any indication of the future of Slaughter and what they're going to be doing on their next album, I'm highly intrigued, man. I can't wait to check out more. So thank you to everybody that was blowing me up, telling me to check this out, man. I loved this one. I absolutely did. So if this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe, man. I release new videos all the time. So if you turn your notifications on, it probably won't do anything because YouTube's alert system sucks and it'll probably tell you a day later that I released a video, but whatever. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like as it does help the channel, but if you disliked it, not a problem, man. Thank you for taking the time to watch this time. You are free to click dislike if you didn't like it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server. I have a Twitch that I stream on from time to time. If you're interested in either of those, I will put links below in the description. My handle on everything social media related is @TankTheTech. Thank you so much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.